So I participated in a group paddle this weekend. It was not my typical paddle group. It was a social event with people who, I'd say 2/3 of the people had never paddled before. I was not organizing the event. I was just participating. I'm always up for being social. There are a few lessons that I took away from that paddle that I think it's important that every beginner paddler knows, actually every paddler in general, but I think a lot of times there aren't post-paddle assessments to see what could be done better, especially when safety is a concern. And there were some safety issues. Number one, know your route, have it mapped out, know the distance, know the conditions you're going to be paddling in, tides, current, wind, boat traffic. All those things are very important. Have your gear ready to go ahead of time. You want to have some source of hydration. I prefer having a Camelback because it's on me. I usually paddle with 1.5 liters when I'm not doing ultra distance. Make sure there's salt in your water so you can keep the hydration in your bloodstream. That's very important because you can actually sweat it out and not retain the electrolytes and become dehydrated. Make sure that you have a cell phone on your body. That is very important because you never know when you're going to get into a situation where you may need help. Know the skill level of your paddlers. A beginner paddler is a different animal than an experienced paddler, and they'll need to have a PFD. They'll need to make sure that their paddle and their board work, they have a fin, and that they have appropriate gear on their board, because you should always travel with your gear and not rely on someone else to lug your gear with them. Number 4, have a backup plan, a communication backup plan. It's really important when you're with a group with different skill levels that you agree on a plan ahead of time, that if something happens, like paddlers get separated, that you have a stop point where you can reassess and make sure that everybody is okay. Never assume someone is okay if you don't see them anymore. Always make sure that you have enough hydration and nutrients packed in your bag, and that you have shade packed if it's hot. It's also actually a regulation to have a whistle on you if you're paddling. So PFD, whistle, leash are pretty much mandatory safety items that you should have on your paddleboard. Never overload one support system. Always have a backup plan and communicate that with whoever is carrying your gear. If you're with a group and you're with beginners, make sure you have a leader and someone to sweep from behind, because often the less experienced paddlers will be paddling slower, and you want to make sure that you can keep the group together. Don't let the group get separated. Know when to call it a day. Sometimes the best choice is stopping and turning around. If you feel like you're getting tired or overheated, it's best to take a break and think about cutting the trip short. I'm going to be starting monthly paddle clinics to help teach beginners safety tips, paddle tips, gear tips, and everything in between. If you're not sure how to become proficient at paddling, or you're just stuck, or you have blockers like going and paddling on the Gulf, come join the clinic. I can teach you how to overcome those blockers safely. I hope that you guys learned something from my experience this past weekend. Be safe out there when you're paddling and enjoy it.